Hello everyone. Please write something in the chat. Who is watching me? Здравствуйте, здравствуйте, Илья. Как у вас дела? Я как раз с Нареком созвонилась. Он вот 2 дня уже снова ходит в кружок рисования. Так просил, умолял. Вот сейчас они уже около школы, там кушают. Зашли в магазин, поесть взяли. Покушать взяли там булочку, пиццу или булочку, сказал. Сейчас сели там кушать и потом зайдут в школу. Рафик, hello, how are you? I think I needn't translate your sentence. I think I understand. You wrote hello, right? Каждый раз мне тут что-то не нравится, то с волосами что-то не то. Hello. How is the robot chess? That is great. I don't know. I can't explain my emotions because he's really great. I've seen such robot for the first time, to tell the truth. It's something unbelievable for me. There are so many possibilities in that robot. I'm in shock, really. Merhaba, merhaba. That is greeting. Am I right? Yes, hello. Okay, that's great. How is my voice? Is there some, I don't know, some problems with my voice, with my microphone, or everything is okay? It may be expensive. In their site, if I'm not mistaken, it's cost $999. But with my promo code, it would be discount for $280. It means that plus minus, it would be $720, if I understand correctly. Oh, it's Arabic. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so if you are ready, let's start to solve the puzzles. Are you ready to help me? Last time I lost in 4 puzzles, right? I won just in 1 puzzle. Okay. Do you see the board? Okay. So, okay, let's start. Let me check everything and let's start. Okay. So 6 pawns for white, 5 for black. Okay, white has an extra pawn, so their last move was f3 with the pawn. At first I tried to find some, at first glance, what I see, then to calculate very quickly, then to understand if I'm right or not. So what to do here? At first glance, I don't see any interesting move. Okay, maybe rook g2, rook g2, rook f3. No, it will not work. Why to give a quality, right? Or can we trap this rook? Knight b5. Knight b5. Knight b5 and then king f8, e8, d8, and king c7. It's too long, right? At that time, can they invent something? Knight b5, for example, knight b5. What if f4? They will go f4, I think, to open the bishop's way. Good evening, hello. It's afternoon in Armenia. And in your country, is it evening right now? So knight b5 doesn't work. Or I can go king f8 immediately instead of knight b5. I think after rook b4 I can play b5, then a5 to trap the rook, right? Oh, can I play knight c8 immediately? Knight c8, rook b4, and just then b5 and a5. What do you think about this variation? It's evening in your country. Okay. Ah, you're from India. So you're ahead for 1 hour 30 minutes, am I right? So what do you think about this variation? Knight c8, rook b4, b5, and then to trap, playing a5. I guess it's working. So easy. I don't believe that it can be so easy. Knight c8, rook b4, b5. And I don't see any protection. Can you please game against me? Let's play on Monday, please. I play with viewers on Mondays. Knight c8, then f4. You mean knight c8, they will play f4? Or knight c8, rook b4, b5, and then f4, a5. Let's play. Maybe I am mistaken, but I don't see any protection for white. I don't know, let's try. So, do you agree with this move? Knight c8. Knight c8, rook b4, b5. Right. Knight c8 works. Think about. Rafik, about push pawn. Let's at first attack this rook, then to push our pawn b5 to control these squares, just then to play a5. White has no protection, right? Okay, let's play. I don't know. Oh, it's wrong? I don't believe. Why? I was sure that knight c8 is right move. It's impossible. It's impossible. a5? Oh, you're right. At first a5, then... Oh, no. I thought that knight c8 they can play rook b... No. What is the difference? At first a5, then knight c8. Let's play a5. Oh, I'm so sad, but what is the difference? Knight c8 and just then b5 and a5. Okay, we will check after this variation. I will check with an engine. But really, I can't understand the difference. Okay, b4. I don't know why knight c8 is wrong. Maybe a5 is much more better, I don't know. But as I noticed, Lichess chooses some that positions that there is the only winning move. So it means a5 is the only winning move. But how to protect after knight c8? Okay, now let's decide what to do here, a4 or knight c8. a4, b5, a4, b5, knight c8, or immediately knight c8. Knight c8, b takes a5, knight b6, knight takes b6. Maybe they have some chances because they have bishop with 2 pawns, right, against my rook. But first a4, a4, then knight c8. Okay, let's play a4. Just on knight c8. Okay. I'm shocked. Why knight c8 is not wrong? It's a wrong move. Just a second, please. Knight c8. Let's move. But to understand, rook b4, b5. Ah, no, rook a1. Their bishop is under attack. You got the difference? Actually, knight c8 directly would destroy pawn structure, so not much advantage than this one. Let's check with an engine. The idea is the same. Maybe a5 is much more stronger than knight c8. Okay. So a5 is the only move. Knight c8. Rook b4. b5. d5. Ah, they open a way for their rook. How could I miss this move, d5? Okay, so it's the only move, a5, really. At first to organize this trap, just then to play knight c8. Okay, Rafik, you were right. Okay. Really? I was sure that there is no protection after b5, no protection from f5. Okay, let's go forward. I promise myself to analyze correctly. Okay, pawn endgames. My favorite, but okay. I love endgames, pawn, especially pawn endgames, but they are very strong, very difficult for me. Let's get locked it now. Okay. So, there is a question. Would you like to have a battle? To play? Do you mean to play? If you mean to play a match, so let's play on Monday if you don't mind. So, let's continue. King d3. I hope you see the board, right? Okay, the first move, king b4. Or maybe we should block g5. One move is h5, another is b4. b4. What if they stay and wait? King e3, d3. Or maybe king b4, king c2, and then how to force them to be in a zugzwang. king b4, king c2. And now can you be my mom? Oh, how old are you? King b4, I mean not before. King b4. Okay, I also think that king b4 is right move, but then if h5 they can continue. g5. Oh, g5, then we can take and then to push our pawn, right? So king b4, I think they have to play king c2 to protect the pawn. Then h5, if they take, we take, and it's a zugzwang for white. If they h5, if they play g5, so we can take and then to push our pawn, right? I scared to play king b4 immediately, because in the previous position I also was sure that that idea immediately knight c8 and b5 is right. Now I'm also sure that king b4 is right, is correct move, but I'm afraid to miss something. So I'm 35. Oh, I'm 36. I can be your chess mom. Okay, king b4, then a pawn push. I think king b4, king c2, and a4, so that king c4 can be played. Then h5 would be nice. But why to push a4? There is doubled pawns. Let's them to torment with these pawns. King b4, to be tormented, if I'm not mistaken with English, with my English. King b4, king c2, and h5. Why not? a4. You make me hesitate. King b4, king c2. I want to play h5 there to get c4 spot for king and guide for promotion. But I want them to force them to be in a zugzwang. King b4, king c2, and then h5. Okay, if you explain me why not h5, I will play a4. Please write in the comments why not h5. It's a zugzwang for white. No? I'm waiting. King b4, king c2, h5. King somewhere, then we can take. And then to push our pawns, to create a passing pawn, right? King b4, king c2, h5. If they take, we take, and it's a zugzwang for white. Correct? I think yes. What if he play h5 after king b4? Okay, I will take it first, then to take on b3. Just then b4, a4, and a3. If king b4, g5, then f takes g5, takes. If king b4, there is no other variation. Okay, king b4, f4 to try to break through. G5, then to take everything, then e5. Okay, we can come back. We can return king c5, king d5. Why not? G takes h4. h5 maybe, you mean, Rafik. King b4, king c2, h5. Takes, and it's a zugzwang for white. I'm playing king b4. What do you think about that move? King b4, f4. King b4, f4, we will take, it takes f4. It takes f4, g5, takes, e5, king c5. King b4, it's impossible. I think you are right with a pawn. Okay, let's try. I'm playing king b4. And now h5. And it's a zugzwang for white. Right? Let's calculate one more time and just then play h5. Takes, it's a zugzwang. g5. Maybe after h4, f4. Okay, we will take and e5 and then to return king c5 and to control this pawn. h5 is wrong. Why? h5 is not wrong. Let's play h5. I'm sure, 100%, I'm sure h5 is right. Roshan, hello. I'm fine, thank you. And how are you? So, I'm playing h5. Okay, let's play. Correct. King d2, and now let's take on b3. Why not? King b3, and then to create a passing pawn here. b4, a4, a3. I'm taking. Okay. f4. He wants to play f5 to distract my pawn, then to take this one to create a passing pawn. It's breakthrough. Здравствуйте, Денис. Спасибо большое. Все хорошо. Как у вас дела? So f4. I think we can just take. It takes f4. Just a second, please. Just a second, please. Asa. Pinchiken. Գնացել ա տուն։ Հա, լավ, ցավը տան։ Դու նկարչության դպրոցում ես, չէ՞։ Հա, եղավ, ձակաս, ժամը 5-ին 17:00-ին դուրս ես գալու, կզանգես ինձ, լավ։ Հա, եղավ, ձակ, պակա։ I'm sorry. It was my son. Now he is going to the artist school. Can I say so? Artist school. He likes to paint so much, to draw. It is his passion, can I say so? So almost 2 days he is going there. It was Armenian. У вас все хорошо. Отлично. Слава Богу. So, okay. f4. Let's take, it takes f4. One more time. g5. F takes g5. Just a second, please. They can break through. E takes f4. g5. They can break through. F takes g5 and then e5. Then e6, e7, e8. If we take this one, then f5. And then h5, right? H takes g4, f5. So let's leave here. Why to make a move? Let's return with our king. We want a pawn on b3, so we can return to come back. If they play f5, oh no, they can play f5. take. Maybe just to play king b2 and to push our pawn. King b2, f5, to take, g takes h5, a4, h6, a3, h7, a2, h8. I overthink. Can you help me, please? Not to overthink. I don't want to lose. King b2, f5. King c4, again f5. What if we play f5? Да, это прорыв, действительно. Либо f5 хотят пойти, f5, либо g5. Ну, наверное, все-таки f5 сильнее, чтобы создать крайнюю проходную. And promote queen and capture e pawn. I think f5 will not work. They can take and then to take on h5. Breakthrough. E takes f4, g5. It's very difficult. Вот я тоже хочу подходить, но только не успеваю. King c4, f5. G takes f5, g takes h5. It's very strange. What to do here? Okay, king b2, f5. Takes, a4, h6, a3, h7, a2, h8, a1. What we have there? We have an extra pawn, right? Can we win there? Значит, надо первым провести свою пешку, а другую не дано. Ну так они тоже успевают. h4 take. King b2 and it's a pawn race with lots of pawn. There is only one extra pawn we have. King b2. One more time to be more accurate. f5. I started to calculate another variation. Takes here g3. Okay, they can come closer with their king e3. Otherwise, after taking on g6, g2 and g1 and to control this square. But they can play king e3 to take h5, f4, king f3. I don't know what to do. H takes g4, f5. One more time. E takes f4, g5. F takes g5, e5, f3, e6. No, I don't know. It's too complicated. King b4 again. Hello. King b4? Maybe you mean king c4 to return. But again, they will play f5. Takes, takes. After black promote, f takes e4. And it's 3 pawn up. Lots of center pawn will also be faster. I guess you mean after king b2. Am I right? King b2, f5. Okay, let's calculate one more time. Takes, takes. Then a4, h6, a3, h7, a2, h8, a1. We have just 2 extra pawns, but there is white's turn, right? So what if they take queen f6? Can we win there? Queen c1 check. What if they take c5? I guess you mean e5 takes f4. It's the flipped board, am I right? It takes f4. But then g5. Again, break through, then to distract this pawn, then to push the pawn. Can you check h takes g4? This variation, h takes g4, f5, g3, king e3, g takes f5, h5, f4 check, king f3, f5, h6, f takes e4, king g2, e3, h7, e2, sorry, not e1. It would be very interesting to jump 2 steps, right? e2, oh, h8 and e1. And we have lots of pawns. That's interesting. Let's calculate that variation one more time. So, h takes g4, f5, g3, king e3. But they can go king e2, not to be checked from f4. Okay, one more time. Sorry. H takes g4, f5, g3, king e2, g takes f5, right? h5, f4, h6. No, it doesn't work. Pawn and game are the most complicated. I agree with you, but I thought that I am good in pawn and games. I was mistaken. H takes g4, I think best move. But what to do after f5? Let's take immediately g takes f5, h5, then f takes e4, h6, g3, king e2, g2, king f2, e3, king g2, king c2, h7, e2, king f2, king d2, h8, e1 with a check, right? I don't believe. Let's check one more time. Takes f5. Immediately take on f5. h5. g3. King e2. F takes e4. h6. g2. King f2. e3 check. King g2 and king c2. Their pawn is still on h6. h7. e2. If king f2, then king d2 to help our pawn. If h8, then e1. And we have even there, it's white's turn, right? There. They can take this pawn, but okay, we have 2 extra pawns. 2 extra pawns. Am I right? H takes g4, E takes f4. Let's try. Let's take on g4. H takes g4. But it's very difficult, this puzzle. If we compare with the previous one, it's almost the same rating. Let's take, okay, I don't know. Let's try. So, I'm taking. And it's over. What can I say? Let's continue. F5 takes here. We took it first, or g3. Maybe g3. G3, if king e3, then f4. F5 here takes here e3, e2, and e1 with a winning position. With 4 extra pawns. If king e2 here, then we take here on e4. Am I right? h6, g2, king f2, e3, king g2, e2. No, king c2 is the key moment. King c2 at first. h7, e2. If king f2, then we promote with a check. I told that. No, I was right. It was in the in another variation. When we play e2, they don't play king f2. They promote immediately, right? And then e1, queen f6, and I told that we have, I said we have 2 extra pawns. And with a winning position. Okay, so, and of course we can take on b2 as well, right? Yes, with 3 extra pawns. That was very difficult. It's unfair. The previous position was very easy, but I couldn't solve it. Окей. Будьте увереннее. Да, после предыдущей позиции, как там быть увереннее? Вы видели предыдущую позицию? Это вообще стыд и срам просто. Спасибо большое. This was the most awkward. Okay. Okay, let's go forward. So, knight e4. What they want from me. Just a second, please. Material. Black has 2 extra pawns, right? This one and this one. And their last move was knight e4. What do they want to do? Just to trade. To trade to simplify the position, right? Knight e4. Okay, the first idea is to take and then to take on c6 to fork. What do you think about this idea? Knight e4. If they take bishop a3, then we can take at first in between moves to open the black's king, then to take on a3. Knight b5. With this knight, knight e4 takes. Knight e4, knight e4, knight c6. Странная позиция для решения, но, наверное, тактика все-таки есть. Ой, не люблю, когда слишком много фигур. When there are so many pieces on the board, it's very difficult for me. Okay, I think knight d4 really. It's maybe the better move here. Knight d4, bishop a3. No, bishop a3, knight f6. Okay, knight d4, knight takes. And then, can we take with the rook? They have to close with the bishop, because if they go here or here, then, oh no, sorry. Their knight is on e4, right? Go for the fork. Just to take on c6 with the knight. To fork. Okay, let's continue. Knight d4, knight d4, knight c6. Bishop a3. Because after rook a3, we can't take on b8 or on d8. Our rook is hanging on c1, right? Knight e4, knight e4, knight c6, bishop a3. Then we can check from e7, discovery attack. Bishop e7, rook c8, for example, with this rook. They will have many pieces. They will have a rook, two minor pieces against our queen. Bishop a3, then knight e7 wins queen, but they will have more material than we. Knight e4, bishop a3, knight c6. Oh no, sorry. Knight e4, knight e4, knight c6, bishop a3, knight e7, bishop takes, rook takes, rook takes. Maybe really to sacrifice immediately knight c6 instead of knight e4. If queen takes, oh sorry, knight c6. If queen takes, then knight e4, discovery attack, and then to take on f6 to open their king. Am I right? Друзья, особо некуда ходить. Да. Можно его поймать? Knight c6. Okay, they also can take bishop a3. Oh. No. Bishop a3. If rook takes, then queen takes with the pin, right? You can just take rook a3, and then rook c2 with the idea of knight e7 and one exchange. Hello, strawberry wish. Oh, sure, okay. Hello. So, you mean after you still have the black knight? I don't think so, because I took on e4, right? Bishop takes bishop, Rafik. What if they take with the rook? Knight e4. Let's calculate one more time. Maybe there is a continuation in that variation. Knight e4, knight c6. Bishop a3, knight e7, bishop e7, Rook takes. No, there is no continuation. Конь e4, ладья c6 напрашивается. I think we have to reposition. What do you mean, reposition? What's that? Okay, either knight d4 or knight c6. Let's try to eliminate one of them. Just even without calculation, just to make another move. What do you think about that idea? Бью ферзя один ход. Let's try to eliminate knight c6. Knight c6. They took on a3, right? Just a second, please. Knight e4, knight e4, knight c6, bishop a3, rook a3. Okay, now we can't take this one or this one because it's pinned. But also we want to check from e7 because there is no bishop on a3. Am I right? Look, one more time. Knight e4, knight e4, knight c6, bishop a3, rook a3. We want to check from e7 to fork. For example, they even can't play with the queen because now there is no pin and now we can take one of their rooks. So, for example, they go away with their king h8 in order to not to be forked from e7. Am I right? One more time. Knight e4 takes, knight c6, bishop a3, rook a3, king h8, a knight. No. I wanted to say rook c3, but there is a knight here. Okay, we can push away this knight from e4. They must go with this knight from e4, just then rook c3. What do you think about this variation? It's going to end up even like we just said. Go with main variations. Knight e4, knight e4, knight c6, bishop, rook a3. Right, here black rook is forked, and if black plays queen c7, rook c3 wins. You're right. It's going to... Дело в том, что конь c6 не форсируемый. Если сыграть счет, потому что много вариантов. Согласна. Значит, сразу конь e4, да? Who is laughing at me? So, you think that it's easy to calculate such a long variation? For me, it's not easy. Maybe for Nakamura, it's just for 2 seconds to calculate such variation, but not for me. Okay, so this wins, I guess. Yes, queen c7, rook c3. If you place king h8, still rook c3. Right, I don't want to think so much in such dry position. It's not dry, it's very rich position. Or just rook a1. Yes, you're right, but maybe rook c3 much more stronger to double the rooks from this file, right? Nakamura would takes 20 times and to win eventually. Not as me, as usual, to miss checkmate from the last row. Okay, let's take knight e4. Knight e4, then knight e4, knight c6. I'm playing. Let's play. Okay, knight e4, knight e4. Let's play on Monday, please, if you watch me. So knight c6, bishop a3, rook a3. Okay, I'm taking. Correct. And rook a3. Whew. Good job. Great. Thank you so much. These are very interesting variations. Really, immediately knight c6. If immediately knight c6, so many possibilities for black. But here, after simplifying the position, it's clear really that white to check from e7, right? They will have a rook, two minor pieces against the queen. Just to take, then queen c7, just to push this knight from here. Maybe you were right when you said that we even can go back, rook a1. Why not? Instead of f3. At first I wanted to play f3 to push this knight from here, then to play rook c3. But why to waste the time, right? If we can play rook a1. Okay, that's great. Let's continue. Okay. Endgame. Again, my favorite endgames, rook endgames. During last stream, Monday stream, I lost, right? Yes, I lost in rook endgames. I thought that I could make a draw, and that position was really a draw. I still remember about that game. I admire your level. Thank you so much, but I'm not perfect in chess, really. When I watch their games, their analysis, Nakamura or other super grandmasters, I become sad for myself. Okay, let's continue. d5. Владение, да, мои любимые, только я думаю, что я хорошо в них разбираюсь, только часто ошибаюсь. Я же позитивный человек, мне кажется, что у меня всегда все отлично, на высоком уровне, но я сама понимаю, что я, как это правильно будет, преувеличиваю свои возможности из-за своего оптимизма. Хорошо, okay, let's continue. So d5, it means that black should win. How to win here? Rook g3 seems only move, I guess. Rook g3. Just a second. Rook g3. Okay, they must play this language you are speaking. It was in Russian. Rook g3, king f2. Just to take on a3. If they take... No. At first I thought about this trade, then to try to break through. But okay, no. It doesn't work. У вас все всегда отлично. Конечно, да. Я и рада играть просто в шахматы, даже если проигрывать. Is there any tournament you host? I want to organize an interesting tournament. They answered me, Lichess answered me that I can organize a tournament for my viewers. I just need to find needed time that to try to understand what benefit I can give to my viewers and participations. No, it's not in English. It's not correct. Okay, the players who will take part in that tournament, I want to understand what benefit I can give them. Okay, king. So let's continue. If you place after rook g3, king f4, then rook c3, but they will play king f2. Rook g3, king f2. Maybe rook c3, rook g2, rook c4, rook b7, king d6, rook a7, king d5. No. Do you have any channel? Yes, I have. Please subscribe. The same. My YouTube, my Telegram, and my Instagram is the same. Anna Chess Life. Please subscribe. I will be very thankful. D1 is annoying, isn't it? Yes, it is. I agree. Then d5 and b5 falls at cost. But also they can win on b6. After taking on a7, they can take on b6 too, no? What if not to waste the time? Immediately king d6. What do you think about this move? Because they have to play king f3. They need to make some move to win this one, right? King d6. King f3. I wanted not to waste the time, to have time to come to take here, and very quickly to take on d5 too. Okay, rook g4. If they play king f3, then we can take rook g2, we can check king e4, rook a3. No, I don't like it. King d6, then king e5. Думаете, Крамник специально довел? Ой, какой сложный вопрос. Я думаю, не специально. По глупости, возможно. Не знаю, вот честно. Это все, конечно, очень... Это трагедия просто. Я не знаю. Не специально, точно. Но... Ну вот есть люди, у которых, например, они выносливые к критике. Например, вот этот... Тот же Ниман, Ханс Ниман, которого тоже, да, это ему тоже там предъявили, что он читерил. Ну, для него как бы это было и было. Сказали и сказали, ничего страшного. А есть люди, которые там слишком добрые, возможно, я не знаю, слишком хрупкая душа у них, на которых действует. Не знаю. Ну, точно не специально, просто по глупости, наверное. Не знаю. В практической партии я бы привязался к пешке c4. После ее падения позиция белых разваливается. Ага. I also think that we must press on c4. I'll try complete your... Oh, thank you so much. What language is it? It was in Russian. Rook g4 and close the center. Hans Niemann. Cheating? No, I was how to say that, answering on the question about cheating, but okay, I think that Hans Niemann was not cheating. I told that just some how to say that, some chess players considering that he was cheating, but I don't think so. They are so strong. Why to cheat? I can't understand. They are really very strong chess players. Even in that time period, Niemann was really a very strong chess player. Why to cheat? Is there any prizes, big prizes, money prizes that it's worth it to cheat? I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, so d5. Okay, let's concentrate. It's really very hard, this position. Really, let's take it first on c4. a3 is ours, right? We can take on a3 whenever we want. So rook g4, king f3, rook c4, rook g2, king d6, rook g7. Oh, just then rook a4 to protect and to attack on a3. And also we want to take on d5. Their king is so far from the center. Am I right? So rook g4. At first rook g4. I'm afraid of this move, king d6, king f3. They will not allow me to play rook g4 at that position. So rook g4 immediately, king f3, rook c4, rook g2, just now king d6, rook g7, and now rook a4. At first to protect, to attack, and also to attack on d5. What do you think about this variation? Rook g4, he has to play king d3. Better for us. King d3, okay. King d6. Somewhere they need to come closer to take the pawn. Am I right? Let's try rook g4. Люди с вами русский учат. Так. Hans was cheating or not, can't say, but definitely Hans has improved too much in last. Yes, I told the same, that he is really a very strong chess player and he improves day by day. Where are you from? I'm from Armenia. Ладья g4 опять же как-то не форсировано. Ух, как тут форсировать-то в окончании? Practically winning. Rook g4 is nice find. So boring. Why? It's so interesting. Try to calculate with me, please. It will not be boring. Rook g4 one more time. King f3, rook c4, rook g2, king d6, rook g7, rook a4. If they go back rook g5 to protect, okay, we will take with a check. Also then we can, after king e4, we can check again from the fourth row to push back the king. And just then rook d4 or rook b4 to take this pawn. Okay, I am playing, not to be boring. Rook g4. Please root for me for my move. Rook g4. Что такое judging? Judging это наказать, наказание. Но я не видела, кто там. Batumi is my guest judging by the accent. То есть они хотят сказать, что у меня акцент как у грузинский акцент у меня. No, I am not Georgian, I am Armenian. About Armenian radio, of course, I like such jokes. Okay, let's play rook g4, not to be boring. Okay, so rook c4, great, and now king d6. Just then rook a4. Let's check one more time. King d6 or rook a4 immediately. Which one? No, I think after rook a4 they can cut our king. Then rook a3 they will come to e4. And then after rook a4 check they will play king e5. And to press our king, then rook g7, king d6. Okay, I don't want that position, so let's play king d6 immediately. king d6, and anytime we can play rook a4. While I'm playing. Okay, that's great. I'm very satisfied for today's puzzles. They are hard and to say that, and I can manage to solve them. Or maybe I am not tired today. I don't know. Грузинский акцент, а причем judging это не судить, а судя по акценту, вот так. Судя по акценту, он имеет в виду, вот, судя это judging. Do you think that human can ever beat stockfish? Difficult question. Magnus can beat, I think. If he concentrates, of course he can. For me, he is also stockfish. His brain, it's something unbelievable for me. Impossible for me. Okay. So, okay. Let's go forward. One more puzzle and we can finish for today. Let's go forward. Queen d3. Let's calculate 6 pawns for black, 5 for white, right? And white also has an extra piece, extra knight. So the knight is against a pawn. I guess black sacrificed their knight. Maybe on a2 they sacrificed their knight in order to open the white's king. Let's go back. No, b takes a2. No. The knight was sacrificed on another square. Or maybe they left out their knight under attack. Knight c5, knight fd7, knight c5, b5, a5, a4, a takes b3. White took on c5 with the queen. Then they went back, queen e3. Okay, and then queen d3. Black just left their knight under attack. So queen d3. Can we promote our pawn just to distract this knight with this rook to take on b2? King b2. No. How to win here? Queen b2. No. Maybe rook d7. Queen d7. Queen e4. The rook and the pawn. What do you think? Rook d7, queen d7, queen e4. So, and what to do for white there? Okay, let's try to protect the rook. For example, rook g1, queen c2. Well, now we want to checkmate from b1. So if they play with the knight in order to protect this square, then we can take on b2 and to checkmate the king. Am I right? Bishop b7, rook d7, queen e4 with also idea bishop b2, maybe you mean bishop b2. If rook moves from the file, queen e4. Idea to If rook moves and promote, we check. Rook d7, queen e4. Yes, I also think so. Rook d7, queen d7, queen e4. If knight f2 to protect and to attack, then again queen c2 with this threat. Right? So easy. I don't believe. Окей, let's try. Не срастается ничего, может быть ошибка в задаче. Почему? Такая легкая поэтому? Что-то с рейтингом, да? Вообще нельзя сравнивать. Легкая задача. Но тут же написано a mix of everything. You don't know what to expect, so you remain ready for everything, anything. Just like in a real game. So maybe it's an easy position. Why not? At least, if I'm mistaken, if it would be a wrong move, rook d7, at least we won 3 puzzles, in 3 puzzles, right? It's a big success for me. So let's take on d7. Rook d7 and queen e4. Okay, let's take. Oh, wrong. Why? Why it's wrong? I don't see any interesting move. Queen b2, knight b2. Maybe queen e4? No. No. I don't understand. If I see any interesting move, okay, I will say, okay, I was wrong. But I don't see. Maybe to attack this rook, but how? They also want to take on d8, right? To win a rook. Rook e8. Queen b5. c5. No, rook d8. What if queen f4? But we can't check from c1, right? Queen f4, they will take with a check. Queen e8. Queen e8. А почему ты думала, что это был правильный ход? А что мне делать-то? А есть какой-нибудь другой интересный ход, что вот бросается в глаза? Вот я вообще ничего не вижу. What if queen f4? Okay. Queen e8. Okay, queen e8. Let's take rook d8, rook d8. What's then? Queen c4, for example. Rook d1, rook d1. Then queen e5. Okay, c3. I'm shocked. Only other move, queen e8. Ah, maybe queen f6. With the idea, we want to take queen d7, rook d8, queen somewhere, and then rook d1, queen b2, queen f6. If they take, it's easier than immediately to take and to checkmate from b2, right? Queen f6. What if they play e5? e5. Queen f6, e5. Then e5, yes. What to do then? Queen g5. Queen e5, rook d8, rook d... no. I don't know. Maybe bishop f6 to block this pawn, to leave our queen on e5, just to block this pawn. Bishop f6 with that idea, with the same idea, just not to go from e5 with the queen because of this move. Bishop f6. Really? I can't believe. Bishop f6. But why not rook d7? Queen d7, queen e4. What could they do? Maybe they could play rook h2 to protect on c2. Maybe. So bishop f6, right? Only move. Doesn't look good. Bishop f6, I guess. Okay, let's try. Oh, it's correct. Knight d2. Rook takes rook, then rook a3. And now what if we take the rook and then rook d8 and then to take on d2? Idea is to take the knight after bishop f6. And now, for example, rook d7, queen d7, rook d8, queen c6 and rook d2. I wanted to take on d1, rook d7. Then this knight was on b3. Rook d7, queen d7, rook d8, not c8, queen somewhere, rook d1, and then queen b2 with a checkmate. But okay, they played knight d2, so we can take on d7, and then rook d8, and then to win a knight. Okay, let's take. Yes, it's correct. Now rook d8. That was correct. Unfortunately. What to do? Okay, at least it was very beautiful position. Maybe really rook d7, queen d7, queen e4, rook h2. They would protect from all threats, right? Maybe. Yes, this one was hard, really. Я думаю, да, вы все правильно думаете, все четко. Чуть раньше надо было сказать об этом ходе, я бы не потеряла столько пунктов. Okay, so let's read the messages and to finish for today. So, please at the end tell us some tips to improve. I'm around. Some tips to improve. Just a second, please. I can show you the book which I work with my students. Of course, they are children, but okay, why not? For this level, for that level, why not? It's in Russian. Just a second, please. I want to understand. Do you see that book? This book, it's in Russian. It's Neidstadt. I don't know if you know about such chess player. If I'm not mistaken, he is grandmaster, but he is a grandmaster in Soviet Union. I like this book very much, and if you see the condition of this book it's not in a good condition. I need to repair it because I work with this book almost 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I bought it. It was printed in 2009. This book, and I bought it just after 1 year, if I'm not mistaken, in 2010. Almost 15 years. Here are some themes So attraction, distraction, if you see positions, attraction, distraction, many positions. Then I said about attraction. Then to remove the defenders, king's defenders, how to open the king, how to weaken the king, of the opponent's king, of course, to clear some squares or lines, important lines, to pin and or to get rid of from pins, to close your opponent's piece way, then mix, theme mix, then about passing pawns, then about how to say that, how to translate this word in English. Okay, maybe about magic safety. Okay, I've tried to translate that theme. But okay, I like this book very much. It is very interesting and very useful. I think you can download from the internet. Maybe you can find in English way this book. It's in Russian, but I think in English you also can find this book. Okay, of course I have many books. Maybe someday I will show my books which I work with my students, with my children, and you can use them too. So, okay, let's read the last messages. What is your hair length? They are short, if you see. They are very short. Hello. This one was hard. Okay. Так раньше я не видела. Да я знаю, я тоже попыталась пошутить. Не получилось, наверное. Так, знаю такого. Нейчтата знаете. Да, он вообще супер книга. Я обожаю эту книгу. The title of the book. The title, it's in Russian, ваш решающий ход. How it would be in English? Just a second, please. I can translate it. The book's name. Your decisive move. Just a second, please.
Your decisive move.
Decisive move. Your decisive move. Your decisive move. Neidstadt. Your decisive move. Neidstadt. Your decisive move. Right now I can't find that book, but if I find, I will try to leave a link for that. If I find for download, for free download, I will leave that link in the description. Okay. А по дебютам какие у вас книжки? У меня еще есть по дебютам, но там не углубленные такие варианты. Углубленные, наверное, да, будет? Ну, там поверхностные такие. Can you teach us Russian language? I will try, I don't know. My Russian, of course, is better than English, but okay. If there is Telegram group, of course, my Telegram. I say about my Telegram every time. The same, Anna Chess Life. My Instagram, my Telegram, my YouTube are the same. Anna Chess Life. In Telegram, I upload puzzle solving videos. The content is different. So, okay. Thank you for today. Thank you for helping me to solve the positions. So it was very interesting. 3 wins and 2 lost puzzles. It's okay. I'm very happy. I am very satisfied. Thank you so much. And see you on Monday. Don't forget about Monday's stream. Thank you so much. Goodbye.